All right. Hello, everyone. Ariel Helwani here, back in my hotel room. I just got back seconds ago, and I was about to take off my suit and take a shower. But you know what? I thought we've got the new page. We're rolling. We're going to be up and running on October 14th. That'll be our first show. And by the way, people are wondering, like, are we doing shows in front of a crowd? No, the Vegas thing was a one-off. We're going to be in a studio. It's going to be great. It's going to be more days. It's going to be everything that you have come to expect from us, and more. So don't worry. But in the meantime, I don't usually do this sort of thing, but I feel like I didn't get enough time tonight to really express my feelings and thoughts after what we all just witnessed at Wembley Stadium, which is literally a minute walk from this hotel. So it's all very fresh. I can't believe it. And there's certain things, and there's multiple things that I can't believe. First of all, I've never been to Wembley Stadium. Always wanted to go, have always thought very highly of it. I know it has hosted incredible events over the years. My first introduction to it was 1992 SummerSlam. Davey Boy Smith, Bret Hart, one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. I know that was the old one, and this is the new one, but it's still Wembley Stadium. And there have been multiple great boxing matches there. AJ fought there 3 times. Twice as a headliner, Klitschko, Povetkin, Fury, White, obviously FA Cup, Euro Cup, World Cup in 1966, on and on it goes. Nottingham Forest, Huddersfield Town, back in 2022. But to finally get there and be there and witness this was really incredible. And so obviously you probably know by now, Anthony Joshua just got knocked out by Daniel Dubois in the 5th round. What an unbelievable fight. What an unbelievable scene. Let's just stick with the fight for now. AJ never recovered. He never recovered from the first round, from the right hand in the first round. It felt like his legs were not there anymore. Second round, he did not win. After 2 rounds, I had it 20-17. Daniel's, I've said this time and again, people mistake his shyness and his kind nature for, weakness. And he's not a weak person. And I think he's proven that by now. And he came out there ready to go. He was like a caged animal from the start. He wanted to get rolling from the start. And he landed that right hand, and that knocked AJ down. And I don't think AJ recovered fully. Second round, it was more of the same, no knockdown. Third round, he knocked him down with seconds remaining. And honestly, I thought the fight was about to get stopped. If there was maybe 15 or 20 more seconds left in the round, it probably would have been stopped. Fourth round, I thought AJ was completely out and just trying to survive. And then all of a sudden, he somehow was able to regain his composure and strength. And all of a sudden, he has a moment there in the 5th, and he goes for broke. He rolls the dice, and then he gets brutally knocked out. Holy smokes. Just a shocking result. Not because Daniel Dubois didn't deserve to be there, not because he's not on AJ's level, but because there were 96,000 people at Wembley, the biggest crowd ever for any combat sports event in UK history, and one of the biggest crowds ever for a British sporting event, if not the biggest, to be honest. They were all there to see AJ win. And he had been on this run of winning 4 fights in a row with Ben Davison and Lee Wiley by his side, the Ngannou knockout. And now there's going to be revisionist history, and everyone's going to say the Ngannou knockout wasn't crap. They're going to say that the Hellenius win and the Otto Valian win and the Franklin win, which wasn't a great one to be fair, but it's all going to get washed away. And that's not fair to him. He just met a better, younger, stronger, more prepared fighter today in Daniel Dubois. Dubois is 27, just turned 27. And this is a guy who, I've talked about him on the show. Look it up. He stole my heart in November of 2020 when he fought Joe Joyce at the Church House in the midst of the pandemic. There was no one there, and he broke his orbital bone. In fact, he broke it in 2 places, and people called him a quitter. And I remember watching the BT Sport broadcast, and I couldn't believe the commentary, how they were calling this guy a quitter because he took a knee after his eye was completely shut, and I can't even imagine the pain there. Then he came back, had a quick win in June, and then fought on the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley card in August. And I met him for the first time and sat down with him, and he was very shy, very timid. It felt like he was still trying to regain his confidence. Had a great win there, and has been building himself back up. And of course, gets the Usyk fight. Everyone thought it was a throwaway fight. And I think that was the turning point for him. The Usyk fight was the turning point for him. It was the moment that he realized he can hang, that he belongs, that he's good enough to be one of the top dogs in the heavyweight division. And yes, he lost, but he did have that moment there, which I still think is a little controversial. Nevertheless, he lost. Usyk is Usyk. He's the best pound for pound fighter in the world. And, that gave him, in my opinion, the mental fortitude, the strength, the resolve to say, all right, I can do this. What happens next? Jarrell Miller, not the best of the best, but a solid win. And then the Hrgovic win. And then tonight. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable performance. And there were people saying that him and his head trainer, Don Charles, were on the outs. Not true. He was there tonight. He was just sick all week. Good for him for staying away. And he just rose to the occasion. And isn't it funny that the story is that Frank Warren heard about a sparring session that AJ and Dubois had about 7 years ago, heard about potentially Dubois hurting AJ in this sparring session, ran to him and signed him. And now here he is by his side all these years later, and it's AJ and a win over him that propels Daniel Dubois to this upper echelon. It was shocking scenes, man. I was sitting next to Rory McIlroy watching all of this. Incredible. Moments prior, Liam Gallagher is playing in front of a sold-out crowd at Wembley. Just amazing. Sweet Caroline. I've always watched these moments and these fights from home, and to be here to witness it, I feel very blessed and privileged. I feel very grateful. Thank you to DAZN for having me. I hope I was able to add to the broadcast in some way, shape, or form. I love working with everyone on the on-air side of things and behind the scenes as well. They're all tremendous people. And yeah, I think this is great. I was talking with Ade afterwards. Is this good? Is this bad? I think this is great. What do we love about MMA? We love the unpredictability of MMA. We love to expect the unexpected. So this is great. He flipped the script. And so now I think what should happen is December 21st, it's Fury Usyk. Winner of that fight should fight Daniel Dubois. I hope my pal, who I've been hanging out with all week, Joseph Parker, is on that card as well, and he should get a fight then and maybe fight the winner of Dubois versus the winner of Fury Usyk later on next year. So Dubois should be next. He should sit there on December 21st, watch that fight, and see how it plays out. And then he should be next. And it's either Usyk rematch or it's Fury. And if Fury loses against Usyk, I still think that we can see, and I still want to see Fury versus AJ. They are two icons. And yes, it will be unfortunate if they're both coming off losses, but I still think the scene would be great, and it would still be an important fight for their legacies and their story arc. This is good. This is great. And it was a great night. Hamza Shiraz had a great performance in the chief support, got a stoppage there. Josh Padley with a big win in the opener, the curtain jerker, a plus 1,100 underdog. Joshua Buatsi and Willie Hutchinson was a great fight as well. I didn't agree with one judge giving it to Hutchinson. Anthony Kakachi with a win over Josh Warrington. It was a great night. It was a really great night. Ishmael Davis had an amazing final round. Took the fight on like 6 days' notice. The crowd was amazing. The energy was amazing. The scenes were amazing. And I got to catch up with one Conor McGregor as well. I hope you saw that interview. It's on my socials as well. We were talking about why he's not fighting this year. He said he's going to fight in 2025. He said he hopes to get those 2 fights in this year. He's over the Chandler Oliveira fight being made. He wants to fight Chandler next, he said. And he's looking forward to free agency. I think he called it the promised land post, those 2 fights. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to George Lockhart, one of the best nutritionists in the world. He works with Joseph Parker. We bonded a lot this week because we've been in the car a lot together. He's the only one that I spoke to who picked Dubois and was quite adamant and confident in the results. So shout out to George, one of the brightest guys in the game, has worked with Conor and Holly Holm and Tyson Fury, of course, now with Joseph Parker. It's been a great week. So anyway, those are some immediate thoughts. Feel very lucky to have witnessed that. Great for the sport. Great for Daniel. My heart breaks for AJ, but that's fighting. He's been here before, and hopefully we see him again. And hopefully the people remain behind him. So anyway, thank you for the support here on the page. Much love to you all. It's a fun time, and we're coming back, but more to come. Podcast on Monday, all right? I'll see you then. Signing off from London town. Love y'all.